Hello there guys, it's Bubrukaun here, back again another video, and today we're going to do a new series. I will call it My Hero Academia After Super. Hope you enjoy. Our story takes us after Izuku was declared that he is quirkless, but we're not focused on Izuku. Right now we are going to focus on a castle in the sky away from human sight. In that castle, and he is locked out, there is a wrinkly old green man just standing there all day long, doing nothing, just look down on the world. And guys, I'm going to shoot at the dark and say Mr. Popo is still alive. On the huge castle, only him and his servant Mr. Popo. And wrinkly old man was Kami, aka Dende. And then they just spent all his days just looking down on the world and just doing nothing, because he's not supposed to react and do something if anything bad happened. Until one day, by accident, he sees like a little boy with green hair protecting another boy that getting bullied by a group. Then they said that it will be like other fights. Little boys will use their quirks to defend or fight each other. But he decided to watch because he don't have anything else to do. During the fight, he realized that little boy with green hair didn't do anything. He don't even use one bit of his power. Then after the fight, the boy that attacked him, and it was Kachan or Bakugo, tell him next time, no, you replace quirkless. And Kami then they realized that that boy don't have any powers, but still stood up and defied the other one. Then they enter Izuku's mind, and he heard this thought: if only I have powers. Then they talk back to Deku and tell him, why do you want powers? Deku's still a little bit tired, so he didn't think too much of it, and tell Dende, I want power to protect everyone and be a hero that always smiles at face of danger. Then they decide to realize that this boy may be his salvation to save this world from this chaos he's been after that wish. Then they tell Deku, I will give you powers, but you will train hard for them. Do you accept? Deku said yes, and he was teleported to the lookout. Deku was baffled and speechless and in shock for what just happened. Then they appeared to Deku, and Deku was a little bit in fear of him. Then they tell him, don't be afraid of me. Then Deku tell him, so you are that voice what inside my head? Then they tell him, yes, I am. So right now I'll tell you face to face. Do you accept my upper position? I will train you to be strong. Then Deku tell him, train me, but I don't have any powers. Then they tell him, there is a secret way, an old way to get powers. It's completely forgotten by the humans. I can teach it to you, but it will be difficult. So, do you accept? Deku tried to get up, but he was too beaten up to do. Then Kami just healed him. And guys, when I say Dende or Kami, sometimes I switch between the two sometimes. So hope you understand, and let's continue. After Kami healed Deku get up and tell him, so how should I get my begin training? Then Kami appeared like weighted clothes on Deku, not super heavy ones, that's a little bit heavy. Deku tell him, these clothes are heavy. Then Kami tell him, yes, they're supposed to be. You are going to train with them until you get used to them. Then after a couple of hours, Deku tried to move in that weighted clothes. Deku tell Kami, I have to go home, my mom would be worried about me. Kami tell him, sure. Then he put on Deku normal clothes and tell him, tomorrow at the same time I will teleport you to the lookout. I'm going to train. Is that okay with you, kid? Deku not tell him yes. Then Kami teleport Deku back to his home. And this continued for 5 months. Deku trained with Kami with the weighted clothes. Each time he got used to one, Kami just double it. And because of that, Deku got like not superhuman strength, but he is stronger. Let's say he's as strong as an adult. And remember guys, he just 6 years old or 5 years old, so he pretty strong. But Deku didn't want to show his power, so he still remained quirkless in the eye of the others. And the reason why Deku is not showing his power because Kami told him not to until he's ready for not ready until he's complete his training. And let's say Deku continued training with Kami for 3 years, so he's 7 now, or 8. And Kami realized something. Each time Deku get beaten up, Kami just heal him, he get up more powerful than he was. Even Mr. Popo realized, and then he walked to Kami and told him, so what do you think? Then Kami told him he definitely have it, the Saiyan gene in him. But it's a little bit dormant, we have to train harder to awaken it. And Deku continued training with Kami for years until the middle school. That day the teacher told them everybody is where they are going, and they revealed Deku is want to go to UA. Baku would do his thing and blow up Deku's desk and tell him, what do you think you're going to do, quirkless? You don't have any powers. Then Deku smirked at him and told him, who do you think don't have any powers? Baku got pissed off of it and tried to punch Deku. Deku just grabbed his face and just put it away or move it on the side. Baku tried to get his hand back or get off of Deku's grab, but he can't. Then he told, you bastard, so you have power after all, you have super strength. Deku told him, yes I do. So all these years you're making fun of me. Deku told him, no, I don't want to show my power because I'm not show off like you. And I don't care if people think of me, I'm quirkless or whatever. Then Deku released Bakugo and tell him, I'm going to UA if you like it or not. And for me, just explain what Deku have. Deku can fly, shoot ki blast, kamehamehas, all the trick that normal people can do. So let's speed up time after the school. Deku was taking a shortcut to home. Then he got attacked by the Sludge Villain, but with his quick reflexes, he jumped out of the way. The Sludge Villain tried to attack him, but Deku just punched the Sludge Villain with the Earth Punch, slamming him to the wall, knocking him out. Then All Might show up, and he sees the Sludge Villain on the wall and tell him, you are the one who did this? Deku nodded him, yes I am. Sorry I did use my quirk, but he attacked me. All Might said, don't worry, you did the right thing. Then he grabbed a bottle and put Sludge Villain in it. Then All Might tell goodbye to Deku and jump away. Then he realized something on his leg. He see behind him and it is Deku, and tell him, wait a second, I have a question for you. All Might tried to get Deku up to him, then Deku just let go and start flying. Then All Might, yo kid, you can fly? Deku tell him, yes I can. So can we talk for a second? All Might land on one of the roof of the building and Deku just fly down. Then All Might tell him, what is your question, kid? Deku tell him, how can I be a good hero? All Might was buffered because he don't know how to answer that question. Then he tell him, for being a good hero, you just want to be a good person. Put yourself in front of the danger and save people. And do the right thing. And that's it for being a good hero. Deku thanked All Might. Then instead All Might something just snapped and he started getting surrounded by smoke. Then he just transformed to his skinny form. Deku tell him, are you All Might? Are you an imposter? All Might tell him, no, I'm real All Might. I just let me explain. Then All Might tell him how he got his injuries and he can't meet in his form for more than a few hours a day. Then he tells Deku, can you keep it a secret? Deku not tell him, sure, whatever you want. Then All Might leaves the roof and he realizes that Sludge Villain is not in his pocket. Then he hears explosion, same as Deku. All Might run outside the building and he go where the explosion is. Deku just fly there. And he was there before All Might. Then he see the Sludge Villain, he not completely, got attacked by other heroes. Then he can sense someone is there. He focused on that and he is Bakugo. Bakugo tried his best to get off the Sludge Villain, but he can't. Sludge Villain have tied around him. Then Deku sees the heroes that don't do anything because they are powerless against him. Deku jumped down and pressed tried to stop him, but Deku did not listen to them and jumped toward that villain. The Sludge Villain know he's Deku and tried to hit him away or push him away. Deku just dodges and he grabbed Bakugo by his shirt and pulled it out of the Sludge Villain. Then Deku shone a ki blast on his head and fired Sludge Villain face, completely disintegrate half of it. And the whole crowd was speechless because what Deku just do. Same for Bakugo. And Sludge is not dead, he was knocked out because he just lose half of his body. Then Deku grabbed another bottle, he used like telekinesis and put that sludge vein in it. Then he handed over to the pros. The pros thank him and tell him, "Yo kid, if you got your license, come work with me in my agency." Deku tell him, "Yeah, I will think about that." And All Might just arrived nickel time to see Deku just exploding half of that sludge villain. Then Deku go his way, and on the way home Bakugo come to meet him and tell him, "Yo, Deku, we need to talk." Deku tell him, "What do you want?" Bakugo tell him, "Why did you just tell me you have powers?" Then Deku tell him, "So if I tell you I have power, you treat me differently?" Bakugo stays silent. Deku tell him, "See, I don't care if people have powers or not. I will treat them equally as a human being. Unlike you, I don't treat people that don't have quirks like animals. And the reason I did show my power because my teacher don't want me to show them." Bakugo tell him, "Teacher?" Deku said, "Yeah. When I was a kid, I unlocked my powers and I met this guy. He's like having almost the same powers as me. He teach me how to use them, and he tell me to not show my powers." Bakugo didn't say anything to Deku. He just says silence. Then he walked away. Then Deku started getting in his way. Then he was cut off by All Might coming, telling him, "I am here." Then he did transform to his skinny form. Then Deku tell him, "All Might, what are you doing here?" All Might tell him, "You did a good job there, kid." Deku tell him, "Thank you, I did my best." All Might tell him, "Yes, you did the best indeed. And because of that, I have proposition for you." Deku tell him, "What's up? What is it?" All Might tell him, "I will give you my power." Deku tell him, "Care to explain?" All Might explain what is one for all, and he can transfer to another person. Deku declined the offer, and All Might tell him, "Why?" Deku tell him, "I want to get stronger with my own power, not relying on other people's powers. But don't worry, I will keep you secret." All Might tell him, "Okay, but remember, you are still one of the candidates to use my power." Deku tell him, "Sure, whatever you say." Then All Might hand Deku a card, his phone number in it. Then he tell him, "If you change your mind, call me." Deku grabbed the card and tell him, "Sure, if I change my mind." And he put the paper in his pocket, and he started walking away. Then Deku just put his back on his room. Then he started flying toward the lookout. And Kami see what Deku do, and he tell him, "Good job there, you did well to control your power." Deku tell him, "Thank you, I did try my best." Then Kami tell him, "Why did you not accept that offer of All Might?" Deku tell him, "So you are eavesdropping on me, huh?" Then Kami tell him, "Yeah, I'm supposed to do, that's my job. I'm eavesdropping all around the world." Deku tell him, "Sure." Then he tell him, "I have this feeling inside me that I want to get stronger all by my own with using my own power. And when All Might tell me about his power and he want to give it to me, I just reacted of instinct." Then Kami tell him, "So you finally show your true color." Deku tell him, "What? You're not just a human, you know that." Deku tell him, "Care to explain?" Kami tell him, "You are a Saiyan, or you have part of a Saiyan in you." Deku tell him, "Saiyan? What is that?" Then Kami tell him, "A Saiyan is a warrior from another planet. It's basically an alien just like me." Then he tell him they are Saiyan, but like long time ago that he once meet them. They are way more powerful than anyone on this world, in this galaxy nonetheless. They are my friend, and you are one of their descendants." Then Deku tell him, "So what is different between a Saiyan and a human?" Then Kami tell him, "Except for that instinct to get stronger all by yourself and with using your own power, Saiyans have like the ability to get stronger each time they get hurt and recover from that. They call it Zenkai boost, and they can transform to greater transformation. They have Super Saiyans transformation, they call it." Then Deku tell him, "So can I transform? How can I do that?" Then Kami tell him, "So call their horses, boy. You're still far weaker to transform." Deku tell him, "Okay." Because that I'll train as harder as ever and unlock this Super Saiyan transformation. Kami smile and tell him, "Sure kid, follow me." Deku follow Kami inside the lookout, and he tell him inside a door in front of them. Kami opened up the door and Deku walked inside, and it was like a room on the white interior. Deku walked inside the room and he feel like his body is a little bit heavier than usual. Then he walked outside and see that's like nothing, completely white space. Deku was baffled for a second and he asked Kami, what is this? Kami told him, this is the room of spirit of time. Your ancestor was using it to train to get stronger here. And you see that white surface, if you leave this room, the gravity will be 10 times that. So you basically will be lifting 10 times your normal body, with each step. Then Deku tell him, why did you tell me about this room before? Then Kami tell him, you are still weaker to enter this room. One of your ancestors, if I remember his name, was Goku. Entered, he was a kid, just like you. He can't even handle 2 months in here. Then Deku tell him, 2 months? Didn't his parents get worried about him? Then Kami tell him, this room has special powers in it. 1 year in this room, only 24 hours outside. So for me, like a couple of minutes. Then Deku tell him, wow, 1 year here. Then Kami tell him, but if you leave the door open and still train here, this time will be the same. If you spend 1 hour in this room and this door is still open, it will be only 1 hour outside. Just keep that in mind. Then Deku tell him, thank you. Then Kami tell him, remember this is the most important thing. If this room got destroyed, you will be stuck in here forever. No way back. So if you train here, remember to keep this room safe. Deku start getting nervous and tell him, yes, sure, sir, I will keep that in mind. Then Kami tell him, now I'm going to go outside. You can't leave the door open and train here. Deku thank him, then Deku tried to walk in 10 times gravity. And it was way harder than Deku was taking it was. But Deku didn't care and started pushing his body beyond his limit because he know about Zenkais now and he tried to use that for his advantage. And I'm pretty sure after spending this much time with Kami, he know about Sensubin, so he brings some with him. So each time his body collapsed, he just eat one and he got back up and trained more. He trained for hours, then Deku decided to go home. And Deku continued his training doing the year before the UA entrance exam. So let's skip to that day. It's early morning, Deku go to UA and enter the reception hall, and this time no facing the ground because he's not nervous. Because he's powerful to enter the UA. And he quite knowledgeable out there because he was studying. He's like Gohan from Dragon Ball Super. He have the perfect balance between training and studying. So after Plasma explained the 0-point robot and the other stuff, Deku aced the theory exam, then now it's the practical exam. The moment Plasmite said go, Deku started flying and directly to fly toward the 1-point robot and destroying like 50 of them in like 3 seconds. The other competitor was in shock from Deku's speed and power, plus he can fly and shoot it, keep blasting. How many powers did he have? Then after a while of Deku destroying the 1-point robot, he decided to go to 3-point robot. He destroyed some of them, then 0-point robot show up. Deku smiled and he told himself, I am smiling? Why? And I feel like I'm getting excited. What is this feeling? Then Deku heard a scream from beneath the rubble. Deku quickly fly toward the 0-point robot, shooting a kill blast to his face, completely disintegrate. Then he fly down toward Oraka and pick up the rubble off her and help her get up. Oraka thinks Deku what he did. Deku tell her no problem. Then my time is up. Everybody go home and wait for your result. Then let's say time skip a week. Deku got his letter. And same happened, All Might show up and tell him, welcome to UA, you get the most higher score in UA history, and you will welcome him with open arms. And guys, that's it for this part. Hope you enjoy it, and peace.